Good afternoon. I am here with Dori Robinson, who is the director of Silent Sky, and Kendra Jo Brook, who plays Henrietta Leavitt in Silent Sky, which is running from now, August 11th through August 20th. And I really hope that you'll come down and see it. But we're just going to chat a little bit about Kendra's experience and the show. Because it is such a great production and we're really enjoying the process and the product. So Dori.
Thank you, Sarah. So can I ask you, Kendra Jo, let me ask you first how you discovered the play, how you learned of the play, and then what were your first reactions as a hard of hearing person after reading the play? What was that like?
Yeah, so I had already been a gigantic fan of Lauren Gunderson. I had read several of her plays and learned the monologues and been a big fan, and then moved through the literature into Silent Sky and was very pleased as a hard of hearing actor to realize that this story had a character who was hard of hearing, and read the play in like an hour. And immediately just felt so drawn to it, and I got online right then and looked for what theaters were doing the play, found Barnstormers, found Dori, emailed Dori that night, and Dori got back to me immediately with feedback, and I had already learned my little piece and presented it to her, and so I felt like such a pull to do this and work on this immediately, and I'm so grateful that it brought me to Dori, and I'm so grateful that it brought me to the Barnstormers, because y'all are really special people, and this is a really special company. So
it's a really special company, and I think that's one of the things we're all grateful for is the support we've gotten. The Barnstormers has been so supportive of creating a world where we could do this play and really honor this play and the characters in it.
yes.
What was it like for you? What are some adjustments or things that what is it like for you to go through this process, playing a hard of hearing character in a hearing world?
Yeah, that's such an interesting question, and like so many things come to mind, but I think the first thing that comes to mind is that I'm a musician and I work primarily as a musician, and so I think I'm often going into jobs where I'm not met with accommodations, and I'm not often met with understanding, and sometimes I don't always even feel like I can ask for things just because it throws people off. And I think it makes people feel worried about me, and so coming into a show where I was playing someone like me was such an incredible comfort. First, it was so exciting because I think it gave me permission to ask for things that I've never ever thought to ask for, and things that I really do need as a person who is hard of hearing. So that was a lovely comfort and a lovely surprise to be surrounded by such support, and really be able to kind of like meet that part of myself with honesty. And yeah, our cast and Dori and our stage manager Leslie and Gwen, our assistant stage manager, they were all they met the story with awareness, and everybody, I think we're all learning things about
We're
each
all
other.
learning.
It's not just
yeah.
me, it's
No.
everybody has their things that they're bringing to
Yes.
the table, and the work and our past experiences, and I think it created this heightened awareness of taking care of each other in the room, which was so amazing. But I know, like, there were a lot of like if we're technically speaking about like challenges or what it's like to kind of like attack a piece as a person with my things. Like things that I have to do are like memorize the order of lines, you know, so that if I get lost, I at least know where I am in the play.
And Jordan Onquist, your co-star, was really very generous in that as well.
Very, very generous. And yeah, I mean, there are many challenges, but I think the thing is that the support is what I want to talk about. I'm so grateful for it.
And that's something we've reflected on throughout the process, is that actually everybody has needs in a process, and meeting those needs were not difficult. It was not a challenge to meet those needs. I think that we are used to creating theater in a certain world, and we're used to jobs in a certain world. And then once you ask for what you need, they were not hard to provide anything that anyone in the room needed, not just you, but for anyone.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that you have to come to terms, that I've had to come to terms with, is like asking for what you need. And this show has been such a beautiful gift to me, like accepting that part of myself and letting it not take up so much space. It's just like one small layer of me. And I, you know, like during the process, I had some difficult days because I had this image in my mind of what I wanted Henrietta to be like, and she's so smart and just she's the most brilliant character I've ever played, and quick-witted, and she's always ahead, and I think she prides herself on always being ahead of the other person in the room. And I felt like when I tried Henrietta on, I was slowing her down with my challenges, and that I think at first was like kind of upsetting, because I felt like I couldn't be what I wanted her to be. But what I said to Dori was that I learned that it's not about me becoming Henrietta, it's about us meeting in the middle and kind of marrying me to my image of Henrietta, and then that's going to be beautiful in itself, because it's like we're working together. So
yes, I mean, that's something, another conversation we've been having, is that it's not she made these discoveries despite these obstacles or despite this and that. It's that she made these discoveries because of everything about who she is and her level of perseverance and how smart she is and how capable she was. So it's not about a despite. So speaking about some of her capabilities, in real life, Henrietta went to Oberlin and has a music streak. In Gunderson's play, she sort of, Kira Helper, who plays Margaret, sort of pointed out that she kind of creates Margaret as the sister who has the musical streak, and then Henrietta has the science streak, even though I think Henrietta Leavitt probably had both. Yeah. What is it like as a musician and playing this role, and what do you think the role of music is in this piece? Because there's quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a huge question. I mean, one, I'm so excited that Lauren Gunderson is such a smart playwright, and I think she knew that music could be important to a person who is hard of hearing, and I think so often it gets separated, and I mean, even in my life, I feel like I have to kind of separate it. It's like you can't be a musician and tell people that you're hard of hearing, or music's over here and then I can tell people about this other part of me. But I love that the play is about both, and you said this, Henrietta used all of her senses to make that discovery. You know, she used her ears and she used her eyes and wore her eyes down, you know, until she could get what she wanted and answer the questions that she wanted. So, yes.
Yeah. So it's always combined. It's always meeting in the middle, like you said. So what do you want people to know about this play? this very special play
Oh my gosh.
that we all feel so honored to be a part of and feel so honored to
Yes.
do and feel so fortunate to do it here
Yes.
in this place that is so
Yeah.
special.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, first, I just want people to come see the show.
Yes.
So beautiful. I want people to know, well, there are so many themes in this show, themes of loss and family and music and sacrifice and questions and faith, religion, faith, the afterlife. It just goes on and on and on. But I think that the amazing thing about this play is it's so rich in themes and so rooted in human needs that I think anyone can come see this play and they will find truth and they will draw strength from it. And right now, I know everybody just they need something to draw strength from. Things are tough. So, and I know for me, I mean, there were things that I drew strength from the show and that really brought me to the next day in my life. And
Yeah, I agree with all of that, and I hope everyone in this area is able to see it and participate in it.
For sure. Yeah, because it was important to Dori and I that we had someone who could accurately represent the experience that Henrietta goes through, but also knowing how wonderful and talented and fabulous and just a good human being you are. That is also important when we were putting together this group of artists. And so we are so fortunate at the Barnstormers to have both of you. And we really do hope that you will come and see this very special play. Silent Sky by Lauren Gunderson is running again from August 11th through August 20th, and we really hope that you will come and join us. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you.